I just finished my eyeshadow and my eyebrows. I kind of did it really quick because I just want to show you guys essentially how to prevent creasing and smudging. So if you are more on the oily side, there are some few things you can actually help to kind of just enhance a more matte finish. And one thing I like to start off with is skincare. So just using the right skincare to kind of just absorb excess oil or help control oil, or sometimes you need an oil to cut oil just to help that balance. So start off with skincare first and see what you can do, and then once you cover the skincare part, you can jump into the makeup aspect. If you do use an eye primer, you'll find that it creases less, it pills less, it actually adds more pigment, and it doesn't crease as much. It's the color come out more even and more smooth whenever you do your eyeshadow. I also put this underneath as well, just underneath the waterline, to also prevent from my pores showing, or from that as well, like the lines that I have. I have fine lines on my forehead. You can totally see when I do this because I lift my eyebrows a lot, or when I smile I do lift my my brows, yeah. Anyways, I do use this mineral primer, Hourglass, it's called Veil, Mineral Veil by Hourglass. And I use this for just priming my skin, and the reason why I like using a primer is so that the foundation doesn't settle into the fine lines as well into the pores. Prevent the lips from feathering or pilling, or the lipstick from bleeding is this one right here. It's the Universal Lip Liner and Primer, and this is from Joe Frat. To kind of just line up my lips here as if like I was using like normal lip liner, and I like to use it just before I put a lip gloss or a lipstick. I am primed and ready to go for my lips and my foundation. This tool right here, it's a beauty blender, and this is actually the Sephora brand, and honestly it doesn't really matter what brand you get, they're all pretty much the same. I've tried ones that I get from Winners, from Ross, I've tried the actual beauty blender brand itself, and now I'm on the Sephora one, and honestly like they're all very similar in texture and just by like the feel of it. So yeah, I'm just putting that into my skin. So this actually prevents the skin from kind of looking blotchy and from the product just sitting on one side, so it kind of absorbs the excess. That way it looks nice and even. So that's another tool that will kind of help from that as well. The eyeliner from Smudging just underneath and from kind of leaking, I like to use this waterproof liner by Sephora. So the shade I'm using today is called Fairy Tale. So looks like this. It's a beautiful, beautiful pencil. And try not to tug at the eyes, but because my eyes are a little bit smaller, I do tug a little bit. But if you can avoid it, try avoiding it. I've come across this product right here. It's called Tarte Creaseless Concealer. And this product right here is made up of more plant-based ingredients and maracuja oil. I'm not sure if you ever heard of that. So it's full coverage, it's creaseless, and it's waterproof. And I just find that it doesn't crease as much as other concealers do, and I just feel better just because it's more of a natural brand. I actually like to warm it between my fingers. So over time, if you do have combination oily skin like I do, that will leak later on in the day. So to prevent that, we need to set. So I'm going to be setting with this one right here. It's the Maybelline Fit Me, the Matte and Poreless. I'm seriously loving this foundation, or sorry, this powder, simply because I like how it just sits on the skin. It looks nice and smooth, and I feel like it kind of just blurs out the lines. We're just going to set that with a kabuki brush. So I'm just going to press that. You could even just use it with the pad that it comes with. It comes with a cosmetic pad. I'm going to roll that into my skin to set the makeup. If you still feel like your makeup is still smudging and creasing and just all over the place by the end of the day, usually around 2 to 4 hours, you feel like it's starting to kind of get blotchy and starting to get oily. Aside from foundations that help control oil and skincare that help control oil, you can also bake. So I'm going to bake with this one right here. It's the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette for contouring and highlighting. And I'm actually just going to use the middle color that it comes with. So my palette is looking a little rushy right now. Ratchet, because I don't know, over time it kind of cracked. I'm sure you've seen in my other videos that I've mentioned this before. I think it's just because the powders is just very, very fine, and it's so creamy that it breaks easily. But if your palette is still in one piece, oh my gosh, I envy you because I'm having a hard time sometimes with this. So I'm just going to take that yellow powder, and you can essentially use a banana powder, a brightening powder, but it's like the same consistency and the same shade. And I like to actually just take quite a bit. So I actually like to pat it because it kind of breaks it down into a loose powder, and then I just like to let it sit right on top of my skin. You'll see it starting to powder up. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna let that bake. And I'm sure you've heard this trend before. Baking is just letting it sit on the surface of your skin for about 5 to 10 minutes. And what it does is absorbs the excess oil, and it also sets the makeup. So you could do that, and that will help, yeah, it'll help the creasing as well. And also you'll find with loose powder, it actually sits a little bit better. But to me, like, it works the same, and it's doing what it needs to do. So that's why I'm using this one today. And then the excess powder that's sitting on your skin, you're just gonna dust it off with a powder brush. In about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm just going to dust off the excess powder off my face. I've probably mentioned this in my other videos. This Pop Water by YSL has been helping like prevent the bleeding of the lips, because usually like it'll bleed around here, especially when I use something so vibrant. It just looks so ugly when it just starts to go past my lips. So I'm just gonna prep and hydrate, and at the same time it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's actually gonna help plump up, and you'll feel like this cooling sensation. I'm actually gonna be using this NYX Wonder Pencil just around my lip line, just to bring out the lips a little bit more. So it's actually helped the lipstick pop a bit more. And today I'm using a funky color. It's called Aisha by Kat Von D. It is my favorite lip stain right now, and honestly it's not one of those colors I would normally wear about 4 or 5 years ago. I feel like ever since I've been getting into makeup a little bit more, I'm a little bit more gutsy with my colors. So I'm going to be putting on this one right here. It's Aisha by Kat Von D. It's the Everlasting Lip Stain. It comes out like this nice violet purple, but I'm gonna do like an ombre lip today. Take this matte cream lipstick by NYX, and it's in the color Butter. It's beautiful fall color, so I'm just gonna put that in the center of my lips. Is what I do to prevent smudging, creasing, and bleeding. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face. I'm gonna be putting in some contour. I'm gonna do my hair, and then we're gonna check out the results of this whole look. I know it's a little out there, but if you're feeling a little gutsy and want to try something new, try this look out. So I hope these little tips and tricks will help you with your makeup look. If you're already doing it, then I give you a thumbs up, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up on my video as well. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. I have videos every week on hair, makeup, fitness, and vlogging as well. I have a vlogging channel. It's called Bazafam, B-A-Z-A Fam, F-A-M. And also check out my Instagram for my daily posts. I have two Instagram accounts, one for my family and my daily lifestyle, and then one for my work. So hopefully you enjoyed that tutorial for today. Today I am rocking the center part, which I never do, but I just wanted to change it up and kind of give you a little bit of something that's a little bit different than my usually. I wanted to give you something that's a little bit different than my usual hairstyle, even though it's just parted in the middle, and I'm always using my roller set. But I just love it just because I have fine hair and it just lasts longer. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.